y'all, this is Jeannie with Nona Scraps. I am just more and more amazed with how easily iScrapbook allows me to create very, very intricate layouts with a minimal amount of time, just a few clicks of my pad on my Mac. Today I'm going to take the photo of my grandson over here and I'm going to create a layered image effect. It's actually pretty easy if you know where to find the tools and what to do. The first caution I have to make before you begin this type of process is to save frequently. Usually if I am okay with something, I can always undo, but I like to save it. I've had it lock up when I have my RAM that's, I'm sure, pretty much bogged down and things aren't saved. That said, I'm going to be walking you through it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this picture and have it come in as the background of my paper. I am going to go to dimensions and I really only want it about 12 inches high. It says it's 13, so I'm going to type in a 12. I've got constrained proportions checked, and there it is. This is a photo that my daughter took on her phone, so the pixelation is going to be not so great. I could even go a little bit smaller, but it's just easier to remember numbers at 12. You're going to see why in just a second. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to my Shapes menu, Element Shapes, and I'm going to select the rectangular tool. Now the last thing I did had a red outline, so we're going to fix that in just a minute. Actually makes it easy to see. And I'm going to make it so that the highlighted person is my grandson. I don't like the other little boy, but this is my grandson. So I'm going to take the stroke down. Actually, you're going to have no stroke on it. And with it selected, I'm going to go to Format and define as placeholder. And it's going to hold a photo. So I'm going to select OK. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my pictures and I'm going to drag this picture back into this placeholder. And I am going to, with the photo, you can see it's selected. I am going to size it. Remember, let me see, I forget where it is, dimensions. It is going to be 12 inches high. And then I'm going to slide my photo over and check my shadows and have it align perfectly. And select. Now this isn't going to make a whole lot of difference. It's not too aligned. All right, let's try this again. See, this happens. Select it, bring it in, size it, dimensions to 12, high, say OK. Now before I do anything, I'm going to make sure my lines are pretty much on top of each other. That looks good because if you look here, the soccer net's clear, the outline of the figure's clear, and I'll click on the background and enter. Now, where it's going to make a difference, we're now going to click on the background and we're going to go to transparency. We're going to make that background image quite a bit transparent. Let's go to 45 to 50%. That's good. Now I'm going to go back to my Shapes menu. And next thing I want to do is I want to create a box around here. Again with the red. That's okay. We're going to fix it. And I want this to be his face, showing the intensity. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my pictures Select the same picture. Whoops, forgot something, didn't I? I'm going to select it, go to Format, define as placeholder, select OK, and I'm going to go to Color, take the line out, and now I'm going to drop the picture in. Again, the picture is going to be dimensions, height of 12, and align it. Click OK. And now we can play with, whoops, that didn't come out right, did it? So now I'm going to have to redo it again. Place placeholder. You can see how tedious this can be, but I'll tell you what, it's worth it in the end. This time what I'm going for is this soccer uniform. There, that looks much better. Okay. Now, we're going to take and we're going to make this. We're going to go to that first layer is the background photo. Second layer is the photo of the full body. And we're going to transparency. And we're going to go about 30. And then we're going to go, this one's perfect. So you can see this is a layered photo, but it really doesn't have a lot of oomph right at the moment. So we're going to take and we're going to select the background photo. We're going to go to Effects on the drop-down menu, and we're going to mask it. Now, that looks pretty cool. Actually, that's different. So we're going to try something. Let's go gradient round. Oh, I didn't want that. Let's go crystal. Something kind of different. And we can decrease the size. Can soften it out. Let's try something else, just to see. There's a couple of these that I like better than others, to be honest with you. Paintbrush. That's kind of nice. Soften it? Nah. Size, it's at 100%. That's kind of cool. Now we're going to leave that like that. We're going to take and we're going to stroke, color, no, I'm sorry, shadow. So again, we're going to select on the drop-down menu shadow, and it's going to be offset just a little bit, maybe a little blur. Opacity, my shadows are usually like 50%. It's good, 51. So 4, 8, 6, 51, and now we're going to select the smaller picture. Select shadow, offset 4, blur 4, 50. See the difference that makes? It's amazing. And I could continue playing with my shadows if I wanted to, but I kind of like that. So now for my background, there's a lot of things I can do. My favorite is to go to Background, Color, click on the color box, get the eyedropper tool, select something in the green, and when you select it, it also appears in background color. Select OK. That's pretty rough, but it works. I could go a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. I kind of like it. Let's try. I like it. We could also go a little bit of, let's go beige. Is there any, that works. I like it. So, and there you have it. A very just amazing little photo montage, all from iScrapbook. I hope you've learned something this time. Feel free to play with the layers, make them your own, and oh, by the way, save in between when you think you've got something you really like. Control S, Command S on a Mac, sorry. And name my page Dimensional Frames or Layered Frames. See you next time. Bye.